Right. So we're getting into the last session or the last speaker for the day. The last speaker for the day, who happens to be Faith Nyaga. Faith Nyaga is a leader in ICT and water resource management. She's empowering women through digital skills. We need to get ready for the future workforce women. So this is what Faith will be talking about. So she's going to talk about building digital skills. The essential training. You heard Charity talk about AI as a skill. You heard Dr. Deb talk about STEM and how it can be applied. So Winnie is going to close it up for us by telling us, or rather pointing us very specific roles or essential skills that women require to thrive. And no other than Faith to talk about this because she's an active ICT practitioner. So she'll be giving you very practical skills. So I'm going to read a little bit about Faith. So Faith is a passionate advocate for using technology to drive sustainable development. As a principal ICT officer at the Water Resource Authority, she leads innovative projects that are focused on water resource management and climate data systems, ensuring efficiency and sustainability. Her work empowers data-driven decision-making and directly impacts environmental conversations and conservation efforts in Kenya. So beyond her professional achievement, Faith is an active leader in empowering women in technology. She serves as the She Leads Tech liaison with Isaka Kenya, fostering diversity and mentorship for women in the tech industry. A former board director at Isaka's special program and a former board member of the Swedish Alumni Network of Kenya, she combines technical acumen with leadership excellency. Faith's mentorship program for young professionals reflects her commitment to nurturing the next generation of leaders in ICT. She firmly believes that technology is a catalyst for societal transformation and her work has a lasting impact on communities and the ecosystems in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Faith to this growth conference, Southern Africa. Faith, over to you. We are so excited. We can't wait to hear from you. Over to you, Faith.
Thank you so much, Gerard. And I've been sitting here learning so much from previous speakers. That has been very inspiring. And thank you also to Winnie for sharing your story. Your story is very impactful. And I'm grateful to be here, and it's such a privilege to be positively impacted by what you've shared with us. So today we are going to look at digital skills, and we've always over the years heard that there is the future of work, and essentially when you look at it, this future is here. And I would want to start by asking a question to the audience. So if you're here in this audience group and you have a phone, a laptop, a tablet, a smartwatch, a smart speaker. For instance, for me, here I am. I have a watch on myself. I have my phone. I have my computer here. Just type how many gadgets do you have surrounding you, where you are at this point. Just count them quickly and let me see what you have in your chat. How many gadgets, how many smart gadgets do you have wherever you are? Whether if you're in your house, if you have a smart appliance in your house, a smart fridge. Bernice has 3 gadgets, smart gadgets already surrounding her where she is. 10, Jared has 10, Charity has 4, Memory has 2 gadgets surrounding her. Angela has 2 smart, Susan has 3 smart gadgets. And I'm sure these are gadgets that are interconnected, helping you navigate your life, day-to-day life. So you can clearly see when you talk about the future of work, yeah, Matilda has too, Ruth too. If we talk about the future of work, it's not something that we are anticipating that it will come. Trust you me, it's already here. It's already here with us. And I would want to go tell just a little story I was reading about a company that is called Kodak. Some of us who remember if you grew up in the 90s, taking a picture was an event. You had to be assembled at home somewhere or go to a studio, and a photographer had to come, and you had to wait a few days for them to go and clean the pictures and then bring them to you. But there's a company that was very famous at that time called Kodak, and it had at its peak at some point it had almost 145,000 employees working for them. But now what happened? Smartphones started stepping in. The iPhone came in 2007. Taking pictures became something that was now anyone can do it. There was instant photo sharing. You could take a picture, edit it. Digital cameras came in, but that company did not move. Its primary purpose of business was dissolved very quickly. And when you look at how progressive that has been right now, I'm sure it's a company that has gone into bankruptcy. The thing is, and if you don't get anything else from this conversation that I'm about to start, is if you don't create purpose for yourself, you'll be assigned one. You need to know what is your purpose. And does your purpose understand that things change? And when things change, are you also able to change with it? Because what you've learned that technology is moving on very fast, things are changing very fast. What you know today might not help you so much tomorrow. So upskilling yourself, reskilling yourself with digital skills is very, very important. And today we are going to specifically look at some of the fundamental skills that women should be able to prepare themselves, and some of the examples that are out there that you could try and tap. One of the basic skill that is there is the ability to code. Right now, you don't have to be a techie person to be able to come up with a solution that you've developed, a real world, a solution that can be able to solve a real world problem. We have platforms that can be able to assist you to do no code. We've been talking so much about AI today. Some of most there are platforms where you can use to generate code as long as you have an idea. There's an app I know called like Retool, AppGear. You just know how you build, be creative, but at the back of it, it's able to create for you a code. You know, coding with AI has become now like the norm, even the big companies. I was listening to one of the big leading CEO in a tech company, and he was saying, like right now, almost 60% of the programming that they do is AI driven. So there's very much that you can do in your own space. I've seen women come together and develop mobile apps, even here in my country, Kenya, that allows farmers to be able to check market prices, being able to find buyers, being able to sell their produce directly in e-commerce. And this what this enables the community around them is to be able to cut the middlemen and also increase the profits for the farmers. In West Africa, I think there's some ladies who developed a platform that is able to promote the local artisans to be able to showcase the crafts that they are making. And now this attracts international buyers. And now you see, you can be able to create an entrepreneurial community and also provide sustainable income within your community. So a lot can be done there. So we are living in a world that previously, for someone to be part of a movement that is changing a community, maybe you'd have to be employed by a leading company. But startups right now have become very easy to start because there is so much opportunities that have been provided for people, even at an individual level, to be able to create, to be able to create businesses that are able to significantly change their communities. Another skill that you might be able to tap into is data analytics and also data science. Actually, I just finished my 1-year training program for data science, and data science is a skill that can empower women to make sense of complex information. We are living in a data-driven era. All sectors from agriculture, finance, education, marketing, healthcare, there's so much data that is being collected. But how do we make meaning of this data to be able to make decisions that are data-driven? For instance, in a place like in a sector like agriculture, there's weather data now available everywhere, soil data. These are places where you can be able to think and tap into and be able to provide the local farmers in your area about, we have now sensors through the Internet of Things, technology whereby you can analyze the soil, analyze the weather, also tap this data because in some places it's available online, or partner with people who are doing this and be able to analyze that information and in your own community advise the farmers there on the best crops to plant and also how you can be able to increase productivity, things like that. Healthcare, another place where data can be used to be able to identify issues that can, things that can be intervened and also save lives. We've talked about marketplaces whereby analyze the sales, be able to advise small businesses where raw materials are being available at right prices and on all that. Digital marketing, very key, another skill that is good to tap into. Actually, there's so much that you can explore here, especially even if you're not in the line where you're a techie. In digital marketing, there's a space for everyone. Social media management, content creation, and then also there's a lot of opportunities to either to get a job or do a startup. You can do a startup on digital marketing agency, for instance. You can, like we have mentioned previously, do an e-commerce platform to showcase whatever artifacts or produce or products that is available in your own community. You can even start your own social media management, consultancies, and start advising small businesses on how to be able to do that. And the good thing about the era that we are living in, education has become so easily accessible. It's not like in the years that were there before us. Right now, there is so much places where you can be able to tap this education. And for most of these places, it's free. Or if it's expensive, you'll maybe have to part with a few dollars. One key skill that is very key for everyone, and I keep saying, cybersecurity, or being able to identify the digital threats, because now this is a place that you'll be navigating in. It's now, if right now, in one way or another, even from the question that we asked in one way or another, we all interact on a day-to-day basis with the digital world. So learning the cybersecurity risks that exist in the online community in this digital world is very key. You need to be able to know how to mitigate them. You need to be able to identify what is a phishing attack, what is a data breach, what is identity theft. You need to be able to know if someone is trying to send you a malicious email and they're trying to trick you to be able to click that email so that they can be able to, so that you can be vulnerable and they do something damaging to your computer or steal your passwords. Those are skills. It's like before anyone knows, before you leave your home, you have to close the door with a padlock, sometimes 3 or 4 padlocks. You can't just leave your house open like that because the thief will come and pick your TV. Right now, most of our valuable resources, our money is on the internet. Our data is in our internet. We've scanned our certificates, then our pictures, our children's pictures. We've put them in your Google Drive somewhere. So that is a skill that is not for some techie guy there. That is a skill that each and every individual person should be able to take a cybersecurity awareness course in Coursera, in CyberSafe, anywhere you see it being offered, for, even on YouTube. Make sure on a regular basis you are able to keep yourself updated on because also these threats, they keep changing. What was a threat last year, people have found how to protect themselves from it. So these malicious actors on the internet, they keep thinking and finding what do people don't know. But good thing, there are people who are doing research and they're keeping you abreast on how to protect yourself. So over and above that, there are some other skills that are not technology based yet, as well. Things like being creative, being able to collaborate and work with teams, adaptability and flexibility. The world is going global. If you're going to be launching your products on the internet, you need to be able to have cultural intelligence. You need to be diversity conscious. Ethical issues. If you're going to do a program or come up with a solution, you should make sure that technology solutions that you're coming up align with the society norms. We've been talking about AI a lot, and there's a lot of questions about, is AI biased? Is it equitable? Does it address all the society values that exist? Leadership skills, very important. Time management. You should also be someone who is very curious and also willing to learn all through. Embracing change. We still talked about Kodak. This is not the time to stay. This is where I am. This is what I believe. You should be able to always know things are changing, and like AI changes, I think every 3 to 6 months, there's something totally different that has come up. So you should be able to always be ready to change. And most importantly, branding. This is something that I cannot insist enough, especially for women. We sometimes shy off from showcasing ourselves, showcasing our talents. We get awards, we don't tell the world. Personal branding is the norm nowadays. You've seen, if you have applied for a job recently and they want to shortlist you, the first place they land, even before they see your face, is on your social media. You see, they'll go to your LinkedIn, they'll go to your Twitter. They want to see what kind of a person is this. Is this a person who, whatever they're putting out there, does it attach the values of our organization? So building a personal brand is very important, and it's very good also because it also ensures you also maintain some professional connection. I'm sure Sandra or Noella, how they got to reach me is because they saw my LinkedIn, or someone saw my LinkedIn and shared my name and that's why perhaps I'm here. So you are able to maintain your professional network keeps growing, and now you're able to get in touch with industry experts who are not only from your local area, but someone in Australia, someone in US, someone in America can get reach of you, and you can be able to share your talent, your skills, whether you've monetized them or you're volunteering. Yeah, so that's something I wanted to insist a little bit about. As I wind up, there are two things that I cannot leave this webinar without talking to ladies, and this is something that is very key for me. sometimes you might go to the internet, you've done this course, you've done data analytics, you've passed all these exams, but then what? My job does not offer me an opportunity to exercise AI. My job where I work, there's no data analytics happening. So then, how do I stay with that skill? One thing that you can do is volunteer. Myself, I've been volunteering for almost 6 years now, and I've seen the work that I actually do as a volunteer has blown my candle, has blown me to greater heights, because there you're able to get an opportunity to build your confidence, to expand your network, to do impactful things. If you've learned how to be a data to do a data analysis, you can volunteer in a place and ask them, okay, can I be the one who analyzes your data just for free? Can I be the person who is going to manage your social media? And then you grow in that, because perhaps in your organization there's a communications manager and you work in IT. So then you'll never have an opportunity to develop that skill that you've taken your time to grow. So there's a difference between learning a skill and training yourself to use that skill. So volunteering is a good space to see. If you can see myself here, I just got nominated in this. I was recognized as a top 45 most influential women in digital transformation in Africa, 2023-2024. And the majority of the work that has been put in this magazine is some of the work that I've done as a volunteer. So don't shy off volunteering. If the Growth Conference is looking for volunteers to be able to assist them run conferences, please run with it. Reach out, be there, be part of that community. Also, mentorship is very key. Mentors are very good to be able to guide you navigate the challenges and discover opportunities also out there. So that's my other thing that I would want to insist. But going back to what I had said before, if you don't create a purpose, you will be assigned one. Back to you, Gerard.
Wow, that was very insightful. I almost lost my concentration as a moderator and just started to listening, and that was powerful. A lot of things that you spoke around, I personally resonate with them, and well, thank you so much for that. But maybe in the next few minutes for question and answers, you've emphasized so much faith on digital skills being acquired. Now, in your own understanding, why do you think there should be a lot of focus on women building these digital skills? Aren't these skills general? I mean, why should the focus be so much about women?
Well, the conversation that has been, and myself being a woman in technology, we find that women, I mean, it's a statistic for sure. There are more men in the digital space than there are women. And for some time, the women have always shied away, not shied away, maybe it's a society the way it has come to be. And you find that when you talk about technology, for the longest it had been perceived as a man's field. So, and then you find women getting into other roles that are not technology driven. But one thing that we've come to realize is that there are unique issues in the society that women needs to be part of this conversation in technology. I remember there was a case that had come up to some few years ago about I think one of these phone companies developed an app, but when women were using that app, there were things in that it was a health app. There were weird things about women because the app was designed by men to be used by public, but there are patent issues that women themselves health issues that were not incorporated, and that health app could not be as useful to women. But when women came in and joined in the conversation, they were able to do an all-inclusive app that caters the issues that also touch the women. So there are so many things that are there, and perhaps you find when women are empowered technology wise, because most women are at the grassroots of the community. There's a lot of transformation, a lot of perspective that men might not see that touch the community level. And when we bring in this women in that sector, you'll see the community moving in an all-inclusive move. So there's a very because you see, technology is not only for people who are very privileged, people in high places, people who are CEOs, people who are running servers. Technology starts even from the grassroots.
Yeah.
You see, yeah. And that's where we find most women also rooted in. So when we are transforming and when the world is moving to a digital world, if we want to move at the same pace, we need to also have all genders included. And since women have always lagged behind because of the way maybe technology had been presented in the world, there's need to keep pulling and bringing in women into the space as well.
Yeah, no, that's very insightful. One of the things that you've mentioned there is really bringing them on board. But I think naturally there's that tendency around women and girls just to be feeling intimidated
Yeah.
around them taking up these digital skills, as well as some of them have confidence issues. What advice would you give to such women around those feeling intimidated as well as lacking in confidence? They know what to do, they know where to find the tools, but the confidence and intimidation is just killing them now.
Yeah, so what I would want, the advice I would give to women who feel they are a bit intimidated to get into the technology is, first of all, start small. Begin with the basics. You can practice and this maybe could be not someone who is very much educated. I would say maybe someone who is just they have an access to a phone or maybe a computer, but they have never been to a computer class. But you can start small. Start using small a social media tool, for instance, can help you start familiarizing yourself with technology, a productivity app. But the second thing that is very key is that I would want to tell women is focus on the why. Understanding how digital skills can directly benefit you as a woman, either in your career, in your business, in your personal life, is very key, because that is what is going to put you in a state of being motivated to keep trying, to keep learning. So understanding why do I want to do this? And again, there are so many free resources. Leverage on those. We have so many free resources right now on the internet. If you go and just say free course on this, you'll find it. So the other thing is, again, be part of a community. Like for myself, I am the She Leads Tech for liaison for ISACA. ISACA is a professional body for professions for people who are in IT and also information security careers. So if you find yourself a community that you fit in, that can be able to give you the support, that can be able to give you the inspiration, that can give you the opportunity to grow together, learn from each other, get a mentor, see what other women, because another thing that we lack, especially as Africans, when I was growing up, I don't think I knew a woman like me, you see. So these communities, they're able to bring women who have gone there, they've become heads of department in their offices as managers in ICT, they've run businesses, so being able to bring those stories to young girls, and they're able to see, oh, it's possible for a woman to be able to get there. It's also, so joining these communities is good. And one thing is also embrace failure. If it's too challenging, it's okay. It's a mistake. It's part of success. If you
Learn
win,
from it.
it's a progress. Sometimes you want to code, you try to create. It's okay. Just know sometimes you will fail, sometimes you will win, and it's part of the process.
Awesome stuff. Thank you so much, Faith, for that impactful presentation. Do we have questions? I can't see any questions in the chat, but a lot of reaction around how most of us were able to relate with your presentation. Do we have questions? Anybody can unmute yourself. Right. So, one of the things Faith spoke around is that if you have a skill will not be useful if you're not using it. So you have to find ways of using it, volunteer and area.
Sure.
On a personal note, that's how come I even came up and founded Loneja. Is one of the things that I was running on the side, apart from my full-time job. One of the things I did is after understanding and learning a lot about things, there was no place I could apply those things because it's a company setup, there are policies, you just can't get into a server, there's a procedure. But then you have this skill, how do you do it? So you build something and apply those skills. Somehow it also started to monetize. So a hobby now becomes something as an extra source of income. So the whole point is that when you get a skill, that's what Faith has been talking about. Find a way of making it to use. Volunteer, being part of the community.
Yeah.
Just find a way of making that useful. Thank you so much, Faith.